Welcome back to the Arcade Show. This is part 2 of the Target Terror Restore. I have finally got this computer working, as you can see, and it works pretty good. I ran it overnight, no crashing, no glitching. What it turned out to be was the video card that we had had some bad caps on it, so we recapped the video card. I also went through and put a new layer of thermal paste on the graphics processor and the CPU, and cleaned up the RAM sockets and all that, and I'm doing some voltage tests right now. We probably will put a new power supply in as well, just to be safe, but I've hooked it up to the I/O board, everything is working properly, and so that's the main thing. Now what we're going to do is take that out, and we'll look at the bottom of this cabinet and see how the legs are on it, see if they're any good, if they're rusted, if they're seized up, whatnot, and as you can see, one of the guns got stolen off here already. Busy in the arcade world, so if you left sits, parts get pulled off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get one of these monitors to work. I got two of them here. I got a MacVision, which I'm not sure works or not. It wasn't untagged. And then I have a Sanwa, which I know works, but these mounts don't fit in the... they don't fit properly. The monitor's too tall. I have to cut them. I've done it before. I've had to cut this metal piece. But I really don't want to do that because this one fits right in there. So I'm going to really try to make this one work. And we're going to get started on that today. So we'll see if we can get the monitor working today. I'm going to take a quick look at the bottom of the cabinet just to see if the legs are okay and all that. I probably won't film that. So we'll cut back to the monitor and we'll see how that goes. Alright, we got the monitor in. It's pretty good. There's not much burn. Hopefully it works. So now what we got to do is we got to hook it up. So... as you can see right here, we have our VGA in, and then right here we have a power connector. So let me get some more light on that. There we go. We got our VGA connector, or RGB, and then right here we have our power connector. You can see there's neutral and live. In the middle is earth ground, or this tab here will be earth ground too because it runs to the frame. So first things first, we need to get this thing powered. So in the game, there's 110 bus here. You can see it's neutral and live and ground and earth ground. What that does, it goes down to the bottom of the cabinet here where it's all tapped. It's all 110, neutral and the power and hot and negative. And then we have our earth ground, which is also tapped all over the place on the back here. See that on that nut? That's just a safety precaution. It's something you should hook up to make sure it works. In the back is where our mains comes in, and there's a fuse back here. And then throughout the game, this powers the PC right here, and it goes up to power the fluorescent light in the top. So we need to tap into this, and there's a connector left in here from the old monitor. We want to utilize this. And I don't have the connector for this, so we're going to have to go and find one. But luckily, I've already done that. In my huge Mondo scrap pile of old games right there, I found the stuff we need here. As you can see, I found the connector for the monitor. Obviously, it's pinned wrong, so we're going to have to change that. And then I found the other half of the mains connector there. So what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a new connector with these parts. And I'm probably going to tie the earth ground to the frame instead of running it through here, so there's no confusion with the wiring. I don't want to have I don't have any green wires, and I'm probably just going to hack this up. So I haven't found any better connectors, but this is from some old Sega game, and this is from Maximum Tune. You see, it says Maximum Tune on it. Wangan Midnight. So I'm going to go ahead and make that connector, and we'll come right back. There you go. You can see we made our connector. Goes right to the monitor. Then I had this spade plug put on here for the earth ground. Just use our heat shrink tubing. I think I'm going to put some electrical tape over that anyway, just to be safe. But this should be our little connector for our power, so let's get that hooked up and see what happens. There we go. We got our connector on. We got our ground going to the screw here, and then we have it going to a spade connector, which in turn goes to the ground on the cord. One thing you have to keep in mind when doing this is These newer games do not have an isolation transformer for the monitor, so if you're putting in a different monitor, you need to make sure that it can handle not being isolated. Another thing I noticed in here is this remote is just flopped in here too, so we're going to get rid of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the remote untangled, which I should have done before I put it in, I didn't realize. And then we're going to power up this without the video connected just to see what happens with this monitor, because it's kind of untested. So let's go ahead and do. All right, I powered it up and it clicked on. It's hard to see, but it looks like we have neck glow. I did notice some of this wiring here. Looks like from a video connector is all kind of hokey. I think we're going to have to repair that. Let's put some signal into this and see what happens. All right, we got nothing but a disconnect signal here. Give it some time to boot up and see if something comes up. But I have a feeling those video connections are no good. And you can see there's some sort of weird retrace happening right there. It's disappointing. I almost wonder if we should just hack in this thing. It's never easy. Let me have a go at see if I can fix that video cable that's on the monitor. Let's see if we can just get this unit to work. There we go. The little bit of dodgy wiring was the problem. So now we have a picture, which is good. I'm gonna have to go back and clean up the wiring a little bit. Because you can see I just kind of got it patched together sloppily so I can see if this is going to work, but lucky for us, we have a picture. Sort of looks like everything's there. I don't know how much is working on this. Pretty sure the guns won't work. Well, the guns won't work until we hook up the I/O, but it's better than I thought it would be today. Excuse me. Still looks a little, there's a lot of dirt on this tube too. Hook up the sound quick. Hook up the sound or anything. Where's the sound?
The action right now.
So now I don't think this goes. We got sound, we got picture. Actually doesn't look half bad. I haven't done any adjustments to it. So now what we have to do is clean up this mess I made, and then the video has to go into the I/O and then out the I/O into the monitor. Unfortunately, there's no VGA plug coming out, so we have to see if we can pin this to a VGA plug, or I don't know if a VGA splitter will work. I don't think so, but we'll get that done and we'll go from there. So see if we can get this mess cleaned up first. I was surprised it actually worked. It's just two wires that were broken off, and I haven't done any adjusting to the monitor at all. All the colors are there. It's pretty crisp. We'll let it cook in for a while and see what happens. So now I'm going to see if I can get that connector from the I/O board wired to the VGA input. Let's see if we can get something. I'll get the pinouts for that and see. So I'll do that and we'll come right. All right, there you go. You see we got it wired through a VGA cable that we just kind of spliced up using the pinouts I found online. And we patched up that other little mess back there. So now we got the video running through the I/O board, out of the I/O board into the monitor. We have a picture. Pretty suitable picture. The guns that I have on this unit are no good, and I'm having trouble figuring out if the guns aren't working because something with the video or these are just crap. This one had a cracked lens, and the other one I had was from the route, and it's all busted up. So I don't have time to deal with that today. I got 2 new guns on order, and I just want to put new ones on here anyway. So if that doesn't work with new guns, then we'll know that there's a problem for sure. It's pretty easy to fix these guns, but I got 2 new ones on the way, and I just don't have the time today to go any further with this. So well, there you go. At least we got the monitor installed. We got the video working. The picture is, you know, so far acceptable. I haven't really adjusted it too much, but we can do that in the end. I'm still a little concerned that there might be a problem with the guns not working. Maybe there's something with the video ground, or maybe it doesn't like this monitor. Who knows? But it shouldn't be that much with the monitor. I've used SanWas before and they've worked, so, and that's not what these games shipped with. So it is what it is, but thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.